Feel great, ready to go. Good day of practice.
A lot of conversation about the flexing of the wrist that we saw on TV. Can you just explain kind of what's behind that, kind of what's behind that kind of mannerism?
Yeah, I'm doing that all the time. When you come back from injury, you're always trying to keep the joint loose. That's part of ligament injuries. If you don't move it, you're going to lose it. So I'm always moving it around, keeping it loose, keeping my mobility the way that it's supposed to be. So, it's going to continue to happen. I do it at home. I do it here. I do it all the time.
How do you feel like the wrist is held up through the week? How's it feeling after playing on a game, being hit? Where do you feel like that's at right now?
Yeah, it feels great. Feels better this week than it did last week, than it did the week before. So it's continually getting better.
When you watch the film, what stood out?
Not our best day. I think we were good in spots. We weren't consistently good play to play. We didn't find the explosives needed to win that game. We didn't play well enough to win that game. We turned the ball over. A combination of a lot of things led to us losing that game.
It looked like at times. Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead. It looked like there were times where you could have pushed the ball downfield, found Jamar downfield more often. Did you see some of those spots when you watched film where you thought you maybe had missed a couple of opportunities there?
There were a couple that we could have taken advantage of that we didn't. But they did a good job. They got out early, and then they kept everything in front of them, knew where their help was, and funneled everything that way. So, we can do a better job taking advantage of those opportunities.
Aside from maybe the defensive scheme, is there anything else that's maybe hindering you from being able to push the ball downfield like you would like at this point?
No, I wouldn't say that.
How important is it to, regardless of what the defense is showing you, make a concerted effort to push the ball vertically as deep as you can?
Yeah, it depends on the looks that you're getting. If we're getting one-on-one, I need to take advantage of those opportunities. If we're not, I'm not going to force things and throw interceptions, and I'm going to take what the defense gives me. That's, in my opinion, part of why I've been so good. So we can obviously do a much better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one opportunities. And there were a couple on Sunday that we didn't, and so we need to do a better job of recognizing that, myself included. But I'm going to continue to play the game the way that I feel like I need to play to win the game.
But your wrist isn't preventing you from throwing any throws that you've thrown in the past.
No, absolutely not.
Have you caught wind of all the water bottle discussion about how you picked up the water bottle in the game?
What did I do?
Apparently, it's just the way you picked it up that they said there might have been something wrong with the wrist that made something.
Oh, I picked it up weird?
Yes. Did you feel like you did?
I don't know. I drank water. I can't say I've seen that or know what anybody's talking about.
Is that kind of strange though that like you've obviously had good news in the past before, but it feels like everything's kind of being scrutinized more so this year, given how everything went last year. How have you kind of adapted to that? Maybe the way that there's extra attention even given to something like that to kind of gauge how you're feeling. How do you kind of balance that or manage that?
Didn't even see that one, so I'm focused on the day-to-day, trying to get better. We got better today. We had a really good practice. That's part of playing quarterback in the NFL. You're going to get scrutinized if you don't play up to the standard that you've set for yourself. And I've set that standard for myself, and I needed to go out there and hit that, and I didn't on Sunday. Going to continue to get better and look forward to another opportunity on Sunday.
You haven't played since November. How hard is it to jump right back into a game and expect yourself to be your normal self when you haven't played in almost a calendar year?
Yeah, it's always tough when you're coming back from injury. You haven't played in a while. You're not quite sure how it's going to feel. That's part of it. Week one, nobody's panicking. We've sat up here and said that before. Unfortunately, we're in the same spot after week one, but we got another opportunity on Sunday, and we got 15 more opportunities after that to go and get better and show what we're all about. So we're excited for that.
You didn't get a chance to play in this game last year in Kansas City, which I know must have been hard on you. To have the chance to play in this game this year because this rivalry has been so fun to watch. How much do you enjoy this opportunity this week for you guys?
Yeah, we're excited about it. But right now, I'm just focused on getting better every day. Sunday comes when Sunday comes. I'm focused on learning from the practice today, coming out and having a good day tomorrow, and going from there. If you stack practices together, you're going to go out and play continually better on Sundays. So that's what I'm focused on right now.
Why is it important for you to just take a day-to-day
that's how you get better. That's how you improve. That's how you hit the goals that you want to hit. I'm not just going to sit here and focus on playing well on Sunday on a Wednesday practice. I'm going to go out and focus on my fundamentals and focus on what I need to do to get better today. And immerse myself in the game plan and understand it fully and wholly, so I can then go out and play well on Sunday. So I'm going to focus on that day to day.
When you watch film, Joe, do you ever think to yourself, they sped up the game on me at certain parts, or maybe I could have slowed down and seen the field more clearly? Do you ever think that?
Yeah, sometimes. There were definitely some plays on Sunday that my process was probably rushed a little bit, and that's part of what I'm trying to get better at this week. I thought I had some happy feet in the pocket on Sunday, so slowing everything down, letting my mind work, and let my fundamentals take care of the rest.
Is that a problem with the ball being hit on the first play, on the first drop back of the game? Do you have to fight against that clock speeding up when something like that happens?
It's tough to say. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Just getting back to playing football again.
Joe, how different is the way you process the field in week 1 as opposed to week 5 over the course of your career? Is that a big jump for you? Is that a big difference in getting that game rhythm? Does it change? Does it look different to you?
Yeah, I would say, the more football that you see, there's always trends in how defenses play year to year, because you're changing as an offense, and once you put stuff on tape, teams adapt to it, and teams see things that work in previous weeks, and so there starts to become trends here and there in certain formations and certain looks about how teams play you, and so once you start seeing that, you kind of start to know what to expect a little bit. And so the more football you see throughout the season, the better you're going to get. And so that's what we're focused on right now, is just getting better.
You feel like that's been the biggest reason you have kind of traditionally gotten so much better, especially with maybe some clunky weeks 1 or 2, you've consistently gotten better after that? Has it been kind of back to the processing and knowing a little bit better what to expect week to week and use that to your advantage?
I think I learn a lot from my mistakes, learn a lot week to week, game to game, and usually I'm able to apply that pretty well. So I'm excited about where we're at, the practice we had today. Excited for another opportunity on Sunday to go out there and try to prove what we're all about, and just going to focus on keeping getting better.
You feel like the current personnel you have with T and Jamar and you, that what your guys' core is primarily is going to stay the same every year. But do you feel like you guys have added enough wrinkles every year to add on to that to make your offense more diverse for your opponents to have to game plan against?
Yeah, I feel confident in the guys we have in there. I feel confident in the scheme, and I'm really excited about the game plan this week. We got the guys to go out and execute it, and we got the coaches to go and put the plan together to take advantage of what we're seeing. So I feel really good about the plan this week. And so right now we're focused on immersing ourselves in that game plan, learning it inside out so we can go out and execute on Sunday.
One thing you missed last year, how much did you miss not being able to play Kansas City because of the injury?
Yeah, of course you miss that. I just miss playing football. I miss being out there with the guys. So it's a luxury right now to be criticized by all you guys about how we played on Sunday, because I was, sitting in the wings for 7 weeks last year. So I'm just excited to be out there.
Do you feel like it's too early to consider this a measuring stick game for given where you want to go, where they're at? Is it too early in the year? Do you feel like this is going to be a good barometer for you?
I would say that every week. You're always trying to go out there and prove yourself to the world, to yourself, to your teammates, to your coaches. So I would say that about every single week.
Sorry about that. How similar, how different are the two defenses? What you saw with the Patriots, what you anticipate seeing with the Chiefs?
Yeah, both are very sound. They're going to stop the run. They're going to try to limit explosives. Their secondary is really good. They're going to tackle really well. We know that, I would say these are first 2 weeks, two of the better defenses in the leagues, the last several years. So it's going to be a challenge.
How do you change your approach when you go against a guy like Mahomes? Do you approach the game differently? And what do you think of Mahomes' game? What do you like best about Mahomes?
I think I go into every game the same, and I'm ready to adapt quickly to what we're seeing and what their offense is doing, try to, gauge that pretty quickly in the game. Pat is, one of one. He's really, really exceptional, extending the play, throwing on the move, trying to buy that extra tick for his guys to get open, and, really understands the game. So it's always a big challenge going up against him.
How have you seen the Chiefs' defense evolve as they've gotten younger and faster over the last 3-4 years?
Yeah, they've evolved game to game playing us. Since we played them the first time, they've evolved game to game, trying to show different looks, changing their leverages, funneling our guys to help in different ways. They've really evolved their pressure packages, their bluff packages. Their defensive coordinator, Coach Spags, is a really good coach. He always makes it really tough. Makes it challenging to figure out what he's doing and where you need to go with the football.
Joe, you talk about taking what the defense gives you, and not that that's anything new, but where's the balance for you between taking what the defense gives you versus not letting them dictate everything about what you do offensively?
Yeah, those are things that you think about, but I would also say sometimes they give you the deep ball and you got to take advantage of it. Sometimes they're going to give it to you underneath. Sometimes they're going to give it to you in the intermediate play action game. So you can obviously do things scheme-wise to attack the field zones that you want to attack. But at the end of the day, for the most part, the defensive coverage, dictates where the quarterback is going to go with the football, based on the concept that we have called. So that's how quarterbacks play. That's going to continue to be how I play.
How much criticism do you see after a loss, or praise do you see after a win?
Less than most everybody in here sees. Obviously hear it. Most of what I hear is from the questions in the press conferences about, how we played. So I'm not scrolling social media or anything like that. I'm focused on day-to-day getting better. There's going to be criticism no matter how good you play or how bad you play. That's part of the job.
Jamar's situation is different than yours because you got your deal done before the season, but knowing your relationship with him, how have you helped him get over not getting the deal done and turning his focus to the season?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, we've had discussions about the contract situation. I'm going to keep those between us, but, we've had the discussions that I feel like have been needed. I know he's ready to go out and perform no matter his contract situation. And so right now we're just focused on going out and playing well.
There's been a lot made of like the head-to-head rivalry between the two teams, but also between you and Patrick. What is your all's relationship like, and how do you see that, having watched it build over the last few years between the two teams?
Yeah, he's, we've seen each other, obviously talked to each other after the games, seen each other, certain places over the years, and I like Patrick as a person. I always enjoy talking to him, talking ball, and talking about the game. So when I enjoy being around people that are really good at what they do, work really hard at what they do, and go about it the right way, and he's one of those guys.
I know you guys didn't get the win, but what impressed you about how Jake played against the Chiefs last season?
Yeah, he did a really good job. I feel like for the most part our offense was able to move the ball on the ground, did some good job in the run game, was able to move the pocket and find some completions, and he hit some big throws on third down the stretch, and that's what you got to do in this game. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.